Hey guys, Sarah Ansboury here, and I've got something for you today. It's something I see a lot. I get people ask me about this a lot. Should you switch your hands? Okay, and there's not always a simple answer, but this is what I'm going to try to tell you. I've got a few friends, and one of my first doubles partners was ambidextrous. Okay, so when he played tennis, he hit a backhand with two hands on both sides. He comfortably felt one way or the other, and that's fine. He's ambidextrous, so that's one thing. The problem with ambidextrous players is they can also get confused, okay? So, one, it's not the end of the world if you do switch your hands, okay? What we're looking at is I don't want to be switching every single shot, okay? If you are an ambidextrous player, and let's say you hit a forehand with your right hand and then go into a backhand, okay, that's great. Stick with one hand for a few shots. When you make a change, it's got to be a conscious change. You don't want to feel like you're backing up and you're forced to do that. So a lot of players do it, and they're saying, oh, I'm late for the ball, and I have to do it. So here's really the answer, okay? Most often people probably should not be switching their hands, okay? Is it the end of the world? No. What it's all about is the solution. The main reason people tend to end up getting caught is because they're late in the first place. So what do we do to solve that? We work on our contact point out in front of our body. The second thing to think about is using your non-dominant hand that you're switching to is actually a blocking force, okay? So if I'm going from a forehand, okay, now into a backhand, my left hand, for me as a right-hander, is actually keeping my paddle out in front, okay? The reason people tend to do this is their non-dominant hand is kind of hanging down here. So it's kind of like dead weight. So when they go to this side, they over-rotate and turn, and they get caught behind and hit it back here. Well, this is where it is definitely in trouble. So what we're looking at is where's our contact, where's our strike zone. So if I'm taking that paddle in a down the line, what I always want is a slight angle that actually lifts the ball. If the paddle gets to a flat position close to the non-volley line, that's behind me. That's often going to pop that ball into the net. Okay? So think about where your knees are and trying to keep your paddle in front of your knees. For those who don't really realize it, when you watch all the higher level players, we use our non-dominant side just as much as our dominant. This is a core sport. So the more that you utilize your non-dominant hand, that's going to help shoulder rotation, keeping your paddle out in front of you, a contact point where it needs to be, which is forward, and it'll actually kind of stop you from switching your hands. What I do is I put my non-dominant hand right here, and every so often if I do get caught late, I still keep it connected and create a little scoop. But what I really do want to try to avoid is getting way caught back here. That gets me in trouble. So there's always a solution, and it usually comes down to the technical parameters that we need to work on, which is our grip and our contact point.